Hello friends, welcome back. Today we are going to discuss the frequency finding model again. This is a chart of Apple. As you can see, this is price 184 as of today. What we do is a simple 3-step process. We go back in time, last 30, 45, 60 days at the most, and we find the frequencies which are active based on this balance point levels. Now what we have to do is inspect. I'm just going to go into it in a short because we have covered it many times. We have 3 videos on it already, and it is not specific to any specific instrument. It is market generated information, real-time supply demand on the banking algo and banking bars, and profiling the market. These are not just random pivot levels. All right, so we have to find the distance between high and low of the consecutive balance points here, and we find the 3 biggest ones, and we keep those height bars, and we offset those bars from the high and low of the recent blue top and bottom balance point. I think I said so many things here. Let's just do it and you can just see it. So I'm looking from here. So this is my distance between the 2 consecutive days and the 2 balance points. You can see here that I'm taking the low and I'm taking the high. Right? I'm gonna do it fast. So all right, we can go back and check the video. We went through 45 days step by step, and the problem is there's no context, right, for you to understand this. So try to visit the videos if you can. Now I'm just going to test and see, okay, did I get a new frequency? It's almost the same height, but I'm going to adjust it to the high frequency. Now you can see the balance points are going in the right distance between each other. All right, that's what I do. Next thing is, what we want to do is again look further. This is one big one, and this another. We found 3 of them, right? This is the frequency of algos. They are running and running and running, and now this one changed. So I'll keep the last 3. This is the second one. All right, looking at the height, not the slope, not the trend line, just the height on the y-axis. And then I got this big one. Now I'm going to, that's why I said go back 30 to 60 days and you find those bars. Now assume we are 60 days back and we found those bars. Now I'm going to offset these bars. We came on this day. I'll put on the bottom and I'll put on the top. So whichever direction it goes and it terminates at this level, I have interest in making a trade. So I hope that makes sense. All right. So that is the one easy placement. We place it. Now this is happening. We placed it here. So I mark my levels of interest, and we will, when it gets there, we'll make our decision and qualify and say, hey, do I want to execute this trade? All right. From this high, right, we're just gonna keep looking for highs and lows. This biggest bar, if they're very big, I can also go to pivot high and lows too. But anyways, you got the idea. Alright, so I have it here. They're both pointing to almost the same area. We have our green level, 70% reflection point. Alright, and we'll put it on this guy. And now this is going to be multi-day swings. Where are we going? Where are we going? This is Apple. Any instrument, any time frame. This is nothing to do with time. This is to do with where the algos were operational along the mean, which we discovered at the market close. Alright, there we go. And then we have this mini bar putting on the top, right? It also points somewhere we are going to this place. This is this is an area or a zone. We just mark this. Perfect. And we can also do it from the pivot. So this is pretty much the same area, right? So giving us where we are heading. Okay, so this small one doesn't seem to be doing too much good for us. And also we don't want to really trade for pennies either, right? So maybe this is something we can keep on the side and maybe just see there is a value or not, but don't expect this to have much power of reversal. It will still do some. Now this one you can see how the measured moves are happening from high to low right here, a little bit, right? So this could be pivot to pivot, pivot to pivot, high here, right? And where else? From this pivot going down to this level a little bit, it won't give you much powerful events. From this high, and just look at the axis, right? This is where it came back to test anyways. So okay, from this high, put it on this height, it is coming down here. So it is like intraday, or like, you know, let's call it a mini vibration going on, right? For an existing swing. It's exhausting at these levels too, small at the height. It doesn't have too much power like these big boys are, right? And they're gonna last multi-month, multi things. Okay, so if I put it on this top, eventually, one day, on a good news, it's gonna end up here. One day, on a bad news, it's gonna end up here, 179. And from this pivot high, it may go to 182. It's coming. And from this low, it's going to retest these levels, which will bring it down at this area. So what we do, we just mark it. And we wait for it. And once we get there, we evaluate. Well, this is not going to happen in one day. It could. So we're just keeping this reference points. This is market analysis we have done for now. Small boy is just gonna go to this rotation. So you have all this rotations going on. From this market went down from this high to this low and back to this high and low. So this is what these are the secret points where we have these things coming in. As I'm just showing you, any chart, you put this on, that's the way it works. Now this frequency was found historically, so we can also see this one as well, right? So we found it here from this height, reflected back to the frequency. So this is a little bit higher level of analysis you may not be used to. It's not your fault. I have never worked in the pro environments, so but this is easier way to find it. behind the scenes, majority of the algos use this as a base, and then lots of variation of this. But this component is involved in every trade algos in the pro world, every trade algo. All right. So this is your base, right? So we already got this. Now, as I said, if you go from here, we are looking at from the top. Let's put it from the tops also. We already got this area, and we might be getting this area, which is also green, so it may come down here and buzz forward a little bit. So once we get there, right, how do you trade? This is where the banking bars, and we have to do some reflection for market maker points, are designed. And you can look at the YouTube level 1 section right here, level 1 ultimate trader program, banking bars, market maker reflection points, algos, which is what I'm talking about, how to do the hedging flows, where they're coming, the 4-hour charts. These are the fundamental deals which are always, it's easy to say and do when I show you. When you start doing all this and you have to put all these 6 things together all the time before you trade, it takes 8 weeks to transform your thought process. That's historical evidence. Anyways, and from this low went to this high, right? There we go. So these vibrations are working. These vibrations from here we get to the low. These are working. They'll always work. This is the 4th time I'm showing you this, right? The test. You do it right here. Just, does it guarantee you always 100%, 90%? I'm giving you enough evidence that these are valid trading levels for a reason. And people who are taking initiative, they're benefiting from it. And this will never change. Once you know the logic, how they are built, and once you know once you work with me for 8 weeks, you will know that, how this is really going on. And then you have to do this one-on-one. Everybody has their own frequency, which has to be shifted into this frequency. It's like going to a 1,000-member motivation speech, and 3 days everybody's pumped, and then back to old behavior, right? So we have to dismantle those behaviors, and that is what you pay for. And methodology which you can trade without anything, no tools, nothing. But you got this. So let me if I tell you trade this, that's it. This is where you start. You should be able to trade this blank chart. You start from here. Why it ended here, how to enter this trade, where is it going, right? How to stay in the trade, how to see buyers and sellers, just purely this. Nothing to do with tops and the bottoms and the wicks, nothing. It's all retail mentality, nothing like that. So I hope this helps, and keep working on your frequencies. We are posting these levels at least. No one showed any interest for the stocks. We are not doing that right now, but we're not posting it, we're tracking it for ourselves. But at least you are getting crude oil and this guy, this trend smoothly. We are in uptrend. The frequencies are everywhere. Any instrument, logic is same. Thank you very much.